The bizarre world of parliamentary gifts. It's like Santa comes early, and this this is an illustrious parade of Wimbledon tickets, luxury handbags, whiskey bottles. Oh yes, Keir Starmer's had a bottle of whiskey. You'd think we were dealing with rock stars or perhaps footballers, but no. These are elected representatives, and apparently they're just as susceptible to the allure of complimentary lunch as, well, Joe Bloggs, who was being persuaded to do something nefarious. Now, why ban these freebies? Well, let's take the case of James Cleverly, a man who simply can't seem to resist a bit of gift-wrapped fun. Recently, he was seen in Wimbledon with his wife, both cosily nestled above centre court, looking like they were having the time of their lives. Well, according to official records, he attended on his own. This was a solo job. His wife was presumably a mere figment of the public's imagination. She was implanted there photographically by some sort of visual effects. It's rather like the political version of a magician's disappearing act, only with less grace, more loopholes, and, when the reveal comes, it's all rather a little bit late, isn't it? He's finally said, oh, yes, she was there, as if somehow it had escaped his notice. It's like politicians operate around the world where freebies are given. Just look at the spoils in years gone by. Theresa May received a silk scarf worth £500 from Saudi Arabia. David Cameron got a £2,500 fountain pen from Qatar. Boris Johnson, ever the paragon of subtlety, was handed a Rolex. One wonders if he thought it was a toy watch, something to be worn while playing statesman. The rules around which these gifts are meant to function are there to promote transparency. Anything above £300 must be declared, but there's a twist. If a gift is received as part of their ministerial duties, whatever that means, they don't have to declare the value. So when Cleverly watches something at Wimbledon or enjoys the Women's World Cup, it's somehow in the name of public service. He is forced to do that job. Imagine my surprise when he didn't attempt to tie these jaunts to national security. Then we have the Labour response. Keir Starmer returning the money that the Taylor Swift tickets cost. He may have done the right thing, but only when he got caught out. And that's the problem with freebies in politics. They lead to these absurd charades. Imagine Starmer gazing forlornly at a Midnight's album, knowing he gave up those tickets for the sake of public trust, for the sake of respect. The gift game doesn't just skew accountability or touch on Taylor Swift. It's unfair. Some people are rewarded with a six-pack of DVDs like Gordon Brown. Others a designer handbag like Theresa, like Liz Truss. Liz Truss, in 1 month, she got a huge handbag. And then there's the ones gifted with scandal. Politicians should be banned from accepting these freebies, not just because they're easily seduced by the shrine of a Rolex or a trip to Wimbledon, but because their acceptance of these gifts chip away at public trust. They are, after all, here to serve, not to be serviced, not to revel in an all-access pass. So we should ban these gifts. Let's tell our MPs if they want Wimbledon tickets, they'll have to stand in line and pay like everyone else. And perhaps they can start to build that trust that we demand, because we do demand it. We elect them, and we expect them to hold surgeries and to represent the people who elected them. So those who say, oh, it's too dangerous to hold service, fine, you're in the wrong job. Let's have another election. Let's have a by-election because you don't want to do the job you're elected to do. Oh, I'm collecting freebies. Give them back. There's no good just registering your freebies in some sort of book in Parliament. You need to give them back, or hand them to charity if you're so intent on doing the on doing the bobbing and the thanks. But they shouldn't go into your pocket. You shouldn't keep them. And then perhaps we could start to trust these people a little more. If for nothing else, it would be quite refreshing to see James Cleverly having to buy his own strawberries and cream for once.